Okay, so if I had an assistant, this would be easier, but I'm going to demonstrate it as if I am alone. So if I was by myself and I had to do suturing and set up a sterile field, this is what I would do. I really like those sterile field packets. They're like, you know, as big as a piece of paper, the packages, and then, I don't know, it's about this big. I don't know how big they are, but that's what I want to use, so that's what I will plan to purchase. So if I'm by myself, what I would do is I would first open up the sterile packet, not touching the inside, just open it up, lay it down. Then I would put on my sterile gloves, take out the sterile field, and lay it on a surface like if I'm at a client's home, it might be on the bed next to her. If I'm in my office, I would prefer to have like a rolling cart or like a TV tray table. So I put my sterile field on that. So since I'm alone, I have to now take off these sterile gloves. So then I would take my instruments, which are spoons at the moment, that are sealed in a sterile packet. I would open them, not touch the inside, dump them upside down onto my sterile field. Oh, I forgot. This was my pretend sterile field. So I would take my instruments, open them up, drop them onto the sterile field without touching it, because I'm by myself. Then I would get all the other items that I need, such as the lidocaine. I would set it next to my sterile field. A syringe with a needle. I can, again, open that without touching it, dump it onto my sterile field. Any other extra needles, open it up, dump it onto the sterile field. I can take some liquid topical lidocaine. I can squeeze some onto the sterile field. After it's all set up, I would then have to put on a new set of, oh, actually, before I put on my new set, I would open up the second sterile field, but not touching it. I would just open it. Then I would put on a second pair of sterile gloves. Now I can pull my sterile field out of this packet. I would put it under the buttocks of my client. Shoot, put it under. Now, since my hands are sterile and my field is sterile, now I can organize my instruments. I can take my syringe, squeeze it out, insert it into my lidocaine without touching it, because although my lidocaine where I insert the needle is sterile, the bottle isn't sterile, so I can't touch it. I would pull up some lidocaine, get out the bubbles, put it down. My instruments are sterile, and I already have opened my suturing material, so I would use my needle holders to take my suturing material out of the packet. Since the outside of the packet is not sterile, but the inside is, I can use my ring or my needle drivers to pull it out, and I can begin my procedure. Hopefully that works.